Hey friends, welcome back to another video. We're here, Orlando-based flight attendant. Hope you're doing wonderful. Today is Saturday. We're working our turn, and this video is all about what it's really like to work a turn. So I'm about to start getting ready. I just got out of the shower, and yeah, there's a few things that I do the night before to make sure that when I wake up, I'm not feeling rushed. We'll talk about all the things that I did last night before going to bed. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we're one step closer to actually going to work. But last night I spent all day in Jacksonville with my sister, and then I drove here to Orlando and got home close to I want to say 8 p.m. and that's when I started getting ready to, make sure that I had everything for this morning. So I made sure that my uniform was ready. I also did some lazy meal prep, which I will show you in a little bit. I also made some breakfast for today, so I boiled some eggs, and I will be eating that with some. I'll show you too. I'll show you what I will be eating for breakfast. But there we go. Got all of that out of the way, and I also did my turn back because lately I've been switching everything from my turn back to my rollerboard when I go on a trip, and then back and forth. Today we're doing a Cincinnati turn, and tomorrow I do a Cancun turn. So I do like having the option of, being able to work turns when I don't have the flexibility to work a trip. Like this month, I've had a lot on my plate. You guys know that I went home for my mom's surgery, which she's doing very well. Thank you so much to everyone that's been commenting and wishing her well. And so I appreciate that. And yeah, I do like having the flexibility of working a turn when, I don't have the availability to be gone on a trip. But this week was crazy. I actually got stuck in Hartford Bradley. I got to my hours this month. I'm happy about that. Now, I did get my schedule for next month, and it is so freaking perfect. Later in the video, I'll talk about my April schedule, and we'll compare it with my March schedule so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I can tell you that I only got 2 turns awarded. Everything else was trips. And I'm gonna be happier about that. Let's be real. And I don't need to drop anything. That hasn't happened in a long time. That I don't need to, get rid of a trip or anything. Right now it is close to 6 a.m. and I have a report time of 7:31. I'm going to Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. So a lot of people are like, the Cincinnati airport is not in Cincinnati. I didn't name the airport, that's what it's called. I'm flying forward galley, lead position, even though lead position is not really a thing, we just call it lead position. This week has been challenging too, with the whole working out and eating and all of that. I am still working out, and I'm still following, my low calorie diet. I wish I had videos of how this shirt fit back in maybe December. I've lost so far 16 pounds, and I am very, very happy, but I feel like now it's when things are gonna get rough and challenging, because, I'm all happy that I've lost 16 pounds, but I can also get complacent, and I don't want that. I have to figure out a routine soon. I wanted to go work out this morning, but I couldn't because I was very tired. And I needed an extra hour of sleep, so I did that, but I'll make sure that I work out as soon as I come back. Just to show you very quickly about what I'm talking. So in December, this shirt was not like this at all. This was probably like this. And the way that this is now all loosey loose. I'm gonna give myself 2 more months before I actually decide to size down. Been making some progress, guys. We're gonna be all shredded by summer. We're gonna be using the tie for work today. I don't think it's gonna last more than 2 hours, if I'm being honest, so I'll be surprised if I wear it the whole day. Gonna go ahead and finish up here, and I'll see you in the kitchen. Also, this wouldn't close either back in December. Ooh, looking fire. Not really. We're gonna start off with making some coffee here. Whoops, a little rough. I got this nice little Starbucks cup. All right, let's Let's give an espresso. It's time to brew that. I meal prep some hard-boiled eggs, which I am going to heat up now. The coffee might be a bit loud. And I am pairing it up with these meatless breakfast sausage patties, which are vegan. I am not vegan. We're just gonna give them a try. For meal prep, we have some lazy lunch here. I have a turkey breast sandwich, sparkling water, and we're gonna eat that with apple chips, hazelnut chocolates that my sister gifted me, and they're actually very good. They're keto if you are thinking about keto. And then I got these smoothies that are 0 sugar. I normally just drink one, but I always like to bring 2. I have this Baby Bell cheese, and I also have a 000 Oikos yogurt. Ooh, I wish you guys could smell this. It's so freaking good. It is currently 6:24 a.m. I am doing great on time. My report time is not until 7:31. It's gonna take me about maybe like 12-15 minutes to get to the employee lot, and then it'll be time to work this turn. We're not completely full. I think going to Cincinnati, coming back, I think we are. And we're flying a 321, an old one, so we have capacity for 230 passengers. I'm currently looking for my morning hype song. Comment below what your morning hype song is. For me, is Gently by Drake and Bad Bunny. Like, I love this song so much. Made it to the employee parking lot. The line for the shuttle is very long, so I was gonna wait a little bit, but maybe I should just get in line because I don't know how often these buses are going to, you know, go to the stop. So let's head over to the terminal and get this turn started. Made it to the gate. I don't really need to be here until 7:41. It is currently 7:09, so I'm here very early. I'm gonna go ahead, sit, enjoy my coffee. None of my crew members are here, which that's okay because they're not supposed to be here until 7:41. So I'm just gonna sit here, relax, drink my coffee, and then work this flight to Cincinnati. I am the first one to come down. I started doing my checks. I also went through our service cards, inventory, all that stuff, all that good stuff that we had to work on prior, starting primarily the checks and making sure that we have, you know, ice and all that. I do see supplies, so, and I have enough for the aft galley and my galley up front. I have water, which is great. This plane came from Cincinnati and it's going back to Cincinnati, comes back here, and it goes back to Cincinnati later today. So this plane is gonna be going back and forth between Orlando and Cincy, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish here and I'll see you in a little bit. Made it to Cincinnati. Flight time here was 1 hour and 56 minutes. I'm currently with my former supervisor, which now can be my friend because he's back on the line. We have a delay, so we have to wait until 12:07 to start boarding. It is currently 11:03, so we got a little bit of time. We walked around in the terminal. My new friend was gonna get food, but he said no. And now we're gonna stop for maybe some treats and coffee, and then we're gonna head over to the gate to wait until it's time to board. We'll see you back on the plane or when we get back to Orlando. So proud of myself. I lasted the whole day with this tie. Who am I? We just got back from our Cincinnati turn almost an hour later than we were supposed to be here, but everything was fine. This flight was easier than the first one. We definitely had less people, and when we did service, people ordered less. So it was faster and we sat, you know, for longer. So turns is really like working a job at an office or at a restaurant where you just literally get up every morning, have to pack all of your things, make sure that you're all good to go for the day, and then you go home. When you have a trip, you only really have to get ready one day, and then you're gone for 2, 3, maybe 4 days. If you get canceled or stuck somewhere, then you probably are gone for 5 days. And so I personally feel like doing this every day
you know, just waking up early, getting ready, putting my uniform on, having to, you know, make the breakfast, and then meal prep the night before. Like, meal prepping every day is different than meal prepping for like 4 days or 3 days, you know what I mean? And so for that reason, I'm not necessarily a fan of turns. I did explain in the beginning of the video that I do like that if I have, you know, other responsibilities and I am unable to, you know, have a certain amount of days to work a trip, then I have the option to work a turn. Turns are not bad. We've always had turns. All airlines out there have turns. This is not something that's new to us. We've always had them. I'm gonna drive home now. I am actually very hungry. I don't know if I should stop for food or, you know what? No, I'm gonna cook at home, and while I'm cooking, we're gonna talk about the schedules. Overall, the turn was good. I had a great time working with a very nice crew. We only had that air traffic control delay, which had it not been for that, we would have been home maybe like an hour earlier, but that's okay. You know, it's the name of the game. Tomorrow I have another turn. I actually do Cancun turn, and my report time is later, and I should get back around this same time. And I believe Cancun flights are under 2 hours usually, so we'll be doing that. Tomorrow is actually St. Patty's Day, and we get holiday pay for St. Patty's Day, so I get 200% for whatever, almost 5 hours of credit that I get tomorrow. But let me get home, we'll talk about the schedules. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Currently cooking, so while all of that is going on there in the kitchen, I am quickly going to share my March schedule. So I am currently in the middle of the schedule, and you're gonna see a pay code over there only because I got stuck in Hartford Bradley that night, so we got pay protected for the flights that we did not work. But if you notice in the schedule, I was supposed to have those 2 trips, so worked the first one, then the second one got canceled. I did a Boston turn, then I did a Fort Myers. Today I did a Cincinnati turn. Tomorrow I do Cancun turn. Then I have something going on in Vegas, and then I have a day off, and then I come back and I do a San Juan turn. I work a 2-day trip, and then I work Islip turn 3 days in a row. We're 4:05 a.m. report time. 7 turns, which I don't think I've worked 7 turns in 1 month. And so that's pretty much my schedule for March. My total credit for this month is 101 hours with 49 minutes. Moving on to my April schedule, I do have vacation from the 23rd through the 29th, which I don't know what to do for my vacation. So comment below, where do you think I should go for my vacation? I have a few destinations that I thought about in South America, but if you guys think that I should go back to Europe, let me know as well. As you guys can see here, all I got was trips. So a total of 101 hours with 21 minutes and 16 days off. So I got a Trenton 2-day, then I have a San Juan 4-day trip. So every night I'm staying in San Juan, which I'm gonna have so much fun on that trip. Then I do a Aguadilla turn, Aguadilla Puerto Rico turn. Then I come back and do another 2-day trip, San Juan 2-day. Then I do a Ponce Puerto Rico turn. And then I do a 2-day trip, and then I go on my vacation. I am very happy with my schedule next month. I do not need to drop anything. I am working everything. If anything, I actually have a couple days that I can pick up either a turn, but I am looking for a 2-day trip. So there's a couple days here and there that I can play around to pick up another trip. If I can get to 112, 113 hours for April, that would be great. Everybody keeps telling me, are you gonna be a turn airline? Are you gonna be a turn airline? I don't know if we're gonna be a turn airline. I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope that I can continue to hold trips. I know that we have over 500 line holders, and I am bidding like 328. And you know, I set up my threshold at 100 hours every month, so that's the amount of hours I want to get awarded. And I think so far they're granting 100 hours up to bidder 360. I'm not really struggling when it comes to being stuck with turns. If I get them awarded, fine, but you know, over the months I've been getting, you know, like day turns instead of like late night turns, and instead of getting red eye turns. So my schedule's, you know, in the midst of everything that's happening and all the changes that are being announced out there, I am still able to hold a good trip. I do hope that this gives you an idea of what a turn would look like, and this is pretty much what you would do every day. Now I am about to cook, just rest for a little bit, maybe edit, then I'm heading over to the gym, and then I'm going to shower, get ready again to go to bed, then wake up early tomorrow and start all over again to work this Cancun turn. I know that I've mentioned it before, this is really good for people that just don't want to be away from home for whatever responsibilities they have, or in general if they just rather, you know, come home every night. I know for me, trips are still my preferred, you know, my first choice, but I will work a turn if I have to. There's always good and bad for everything. Whatever information is given out there, take it like a grain of salt, because you never really know what can happen. And as long as you are willing to be flexible and, you know, just roll with the punches, you'll be good. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Again, if you did enjoy this vlog, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to see you next Sunday for another flight tip video. Take care.